If you are a fan of Australia's natural wonders, then this is the show for you. Today, we're getting acquainted with a unique botanical icon of the land down under, the incredible flying duck orchid. Let's explore its history, habitat, and ingenious survival strategy. This species was first scientifically described by the Scottish botanist Robert Brown in 1810. The genus name Caleana was given in honor of the English botanist and explorer George Cayley. The species name major, meaning larger, was chosen to distinguish it from the smaller Caleana. Minor small duck orchid. It is widely known as the large duck orchid or the flying duck orchid due to its unique flower shape, which remarkably resembles a duck in flight. Caleana major is a terrestrial orchid that is endemic to Australia. It is found in eastern and southern Australia, including the states of Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, and Tasmania. It typically grows in eucalyptus woodlands, coastal shrublands, or swampy heathlands. The species thrives in sandy or gravelly soils, mostly near the coast, but occasionally at higher altitudes. The large flying duck orchid has a complex life cycle, typical of many Australian terrestrial orchids. Like most orchids, the seeds of Caleana major are extremely small and cannot germinate on their own without external support. For a seed to sprout and grow into a seedling, it requires a specific type of symbiotic fungus to supply it with carbohydrates. This highly specialized relationship is why the flower is exceptionally difficult to cultivate outside of its native environment. It is a perennial plant, possessing underground tubers to store nutrients and survive through the dry or winter seasons. The plant typically blooms from September to January, Australian spring to summer. Each plant produces a slender flower stalk, usually bearing 1 to 5 flowers that are glossy reddish-brown or purple. The large flying duck orchid has a complex life cycle, typical of many Australian terrestrial orchids. The orchid's labellum, the duck head or lip, acts as a perfect decoy. It not only visually mimics the size and shape of the female sawfly, but also releases a blend of chemical compounds that closely resemble the female's sexual pheromones. The unsuspecting male sawfly is entirely fooled, perceiving the flower as a receptive female ready for mating. The labellum is attached to the rest of the flower by a thin, highly sensitive strap or stalk. When the male sawfly attempts to mate and lands on the labellum, it triggers this mechanism. The labellum snaps rapidly downwards and inwards, momentarily trapping the insect. The sawfly is now held captive between the labellum and the main body of the flower, while struggling to escape from this temporary trap. The sawfly has no choice but to push past the flower's reproductive structures. As it struggles, the insect is forced to rub against the pollen mass. The sticky pollen mass firmly attached to the sawfly's head or back. Once the sawfly is released, it carries the pollen to a different Caleana major flower. When it attempts the same mating behavior there, the sticky pollen on its body will be pressed onto the stigma, the receptive surface of the new flower, successfully completing cross-pollination. The large flying duck orchid Caleana major is a rare and vulnerable terrestrial orchid. Its primary threats stem not from specific predators, but from human intervention and its own highly specialized nature. Caleana major require a specific mycorrhizal fungus in the soil to germinate and survive. When the soil environment is disturbed or contaminated, this fungus disappears, preventing the orchid seeds from developing. Because of its highly specialized pseudocopulation strategy, if a single male sawfly pollinator declines due to pesticides or habitat loss, the orchid loses its ability to reproduce effectively. Though extremely difficult to grow outside its habitat, some attempts are made to illegally harvest the orchids from the wild due to their uniqueness, depleting wild populations. While the orchid can often resprout after mild fires, Intense and frequent bushfires linked to climate change can destroy the tubers and the specialized microenvironments it relies on. The large flying duck orchid holds significant ecological and scientific value, but does not have practical uses like many other plants. As an endemic species, it plays a key role in its local ecosystem and serves as a powerful symbol of Australia's unique evolution. Its pseudocopulation mechanism is a priceless subject for studying symbiotic relationships, the evolution of flower morphology, and insect behavior. Its unique shape is highly celebrated. The orchid has been featured on Australian postage stamps, highlighting its cultural and symbolic value. In summary, the large flying duck orchid is a plant of high ecological and scientific importance, but is extremely sensitive to environmental changes. Its greatest value lies in preserving its place as a unique wonder of the natural world. And with that, we have explored one of nature's greatest mysteries, the large flying duck orchid. From its unique shape, mimicking a duck in flight, to its intricate pseudocopulation pollination mechanism, this flower is a vivid testament to the endless creativity of evolution. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you